did you get from the film Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah, so it was definitely, um, I think it was everything that everyone wanted to see, and I would agree with that. It was, um, I think, a great way to end the trilogy for Deadpool. I don't know if we'll see him again, but I think it was very well executed.
Yeah, I thought they definitely went out with a bang. And it's actually been a while since we saw his last movie. I think, what, 6 years?
Hmm.
So, and there's just been a lot of changes since then. Fox, they kind of tore down everything and sold all their properties to Disney, and you got all these
Hmm.
changes. But yeah, I think it's nowhere near what the Avengers did, but it's
No,
like
it's not
putting
that
that cherry on top.
cinematic. Right, cherry on top, and a good way to bring back Wolverine. And I'll say, as good as Hugh Jackman looked as Wolverine, you don't realize how old he is until you look at the first X-Men. You're like, oh wow, we have come a long way. But he's in great shape. Regardless,
Yeah,
he's in great shape.
yeah. I'm not sure if they take anything, any type of supplements or something like that to
Hmm.
really get into
Have to
get
be.
into shape. Yeah, definitely. I mean, what, he's around like 60 maybe.
Yeah, too old to be doing that stuff. Now there is some CGI we're going to talk about. There was some PS2 cutscenes in this, um, but but he looked good.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. Still not exactly my favorite.
Mm,
Deadpool, I think a lot of people do like him, but he's just not my favorite character. I really did like whenever he first came onto the scene, whenever he had his own movie. It was a really good, refreshing take on a superhero movie. Um, Not saying it's gotten old to this point, but he does really push the line. I thought a few times, like, okay, that's enough. You said this thing 3 times. I'm not sure if you know what I'm referring to, but in some
yeah.
way, it's kind of like, uh, what's the right word? Um, Making a mockery. Um,
Mm.
you know, but we might get into it. Um, but overall, I thought it was still, a pretty good film that had a lot of surprises because I did not watch any promotional content for this. Like, no trailers. I didn't look up anything. I just went in just fresh without hearing anything about it, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I watched trailers. Try to stay away from some of the rumors. I think they planted some rumors. I was disappointed because I wanted more. Even as much as we got, I wanted more.
What? Well, maybe it's because you watched the trailers.
Well, it's not necessarily the trailers. It was speculation on other things happening. So, for example, there's a movie Halle Berry's in on Netflix, um, where she's a star in this like secret agent society and whatnot, and her hair is it's gray and it's like a pixie cut, similar to what it
Oh
was the
yeah.
last time we saw her in X-Men. And so people thought that there were scenes of her that are going to be in Deadpool, but it was actually scenes of her for the Netflix movie. You got stuff like that going on. You got Patrick
A fake
Stewart,
out.
who a fake out. You got Patrick Stewart, who I saw an interview he did, and someone asked if we'd see him again, and he said he wasn't sure, I think, but he was not pleased with his death on screen in the Scarlet Witch, um, the Multiverse of Madness movie. Um,
So
so
he
it's like
wants to
maybe
come
he'll show
back
up
in some
again,
way.
but no. Well, he wouldn't mind coming back, but he just didn't like the way that he went out in that film. So you have
Almost
that.
like they were holding him back or something.
Yeah, they just he's died too many times on screen. I mean, I guess he's tired of that. Um, and this, I mean, we know Fantastic Four is coming, but this fascination with making them look weak, I don't get the thought process there, and we'll get into that. Um, it's strange. I mean, are they setting us up for a really strong team, or are they just pointing out weaknesses along the way? Um, There were some odd
I think they're
choices
just making a
there.
joke of them right now.
I can't, it's so why would they do that when they're about to? But I guess it's the whole Deadpool shtick. I guess.
But I mean, also in Doctor Strange as well, Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, but yeah. So Marvel in general is just trashing them for some reason, ahead of their own
Well,
film,
they
and
they've
maybe
been pretty
trashing
much
previous
trashed since.
iterations. But
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I mean, Krasinski, John, however that's his last name, John Wazowski, whatever. He's he's a new iteration, and they just you know spaghettied him. So I don't know. That's
Well,
strange.
I also think it played on people's speculation of who they would have as that character. And also, I think he was probably rumored to be Captain America at one point, I think. So
He
they
was
kind of gave the fans what they wanted, but in a different way.
in a
And I
different
guess
way. I wish they would have reversed it instead of having Pascal. But here we are. So in a
well,
long story short, it made me think of a lot of things that I wanted to see that I know I'm not going to see because of this movie. Telling me it's not where they're going.
thanks for watching. And if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.